Hi guys, good morning. So it's me again, Ralph. So let's get back to where we've last edited. So we're done with the creating with the member. So now we'll go to the next with the CRUD function, which is the update. So let's go back again with our members view. Yeah, this one. So we're done with adding the member. So now let's go with the editing with a member. So when in editing a member, since we've already displayed the edit action in here, we'll have to link this one and get the data, the record data of whatever record we will click or choose to this one. So we'll have to add an href for that. Let's say href. So, yeah. So all of the edit actions are already linked, but we don't have yet the uh, correct path. So let's have the path base URL. Then let's have point it to members. Then edit. So we have this one, and so in each record. So in order to get this specific certain record, only Ralph, we will have to have the member ID. So when the time we choose or we select use a record, so since member ID is unique, so we can have this one in the where clause for the member ID. So let's put the edit with the ID. So our ID is member ID. So that's one. So you have here the base URL, the members, edit, and the member ID. Then once we have that one, let's check. So you could notice after the edit, there's number. That's the ID of a member. So they have the 2 and the 3. Yeah, you have that. But next thing is we will have to build a method under our controller members. So we have to create another method for that. Say public function edit. Then let's have this one again. So let's change the title to edit member, then members, and add. So now we pointed out the load view to members. So when we check our views, we already have the members added. Yeah. And I already did this one a while ago, but if we don't have this yet, so all we have to do again is new file, build the members, edit.php. So it will go the view, it will load the view with the members edit. So now let's just have to copy the members add, since basically it also a form, and we will get that form members edit to the save. Let's try this one. Yeah, so we now have under the edit then the member ID, which is 1. Now we need to get the data, which is the member ID is 1, from our database. So our data member ID for one is Ralph. So basically, it should have the data here on each of the text box. The Ralph Caballero, the address is Navarro, and age is 30. So you have to put that one. So by doing that, so we'll go back again with our members controller, this one. Then let's build, let's create, or let's get first the data from our URL, which is edit1. So in order to do that, we'll have to set for member ID this URI, then segment. So the number of segment. So this URI is basically, it will have to get the segment of this URL. So basically the segment starts with after the base URL. So this is segment 1, then segment 2, then segment 3. So we will have to put there the segment 3. Yeah, that's it. So like, let's try if we already got that one, member ID. So let's check. So we've got the one. So if we click also the second record, we've got the 2. So let's go back again. So we already got the member ID. Then the next one is to have the get member, then $this, what's the name of our model members, then get member. Then we will have here the member ID. So you have to pass the argument member ID to this one. So by doing this is to point into our members model, then have the get member method. So since we don't have yet the get member method, so we'll have to create into our members model another method. So get member, then we'll have to receive the member ID, then in query have $this db where member ID is equal to the value of the member ID. The next one is get to the TBL members. So basically this query, so it will build like this one. So table members where member ID is 1. So it will just build like this one. So we only get the one data for member ID 1, which is Ralph. It's just the same, but it's doing in the CodeIgniter. Then I have to return the query function. So that's it. Then after this, we'll get back to our members controller. So if get member, then you have to get the data. So since get member, we have here the stored the data coming from the R database. So we'll have to get each field, get member as $res Then we'll put it under the data. This one. So it's the other way around. So we have member ID $s member ID. Then we'll get the first name, then the first name. So let's check. Then, so once we have the array of data, we'll have to pass it again to the result, so we can pass it through to our views. So let's name this as member. Let's name member. Then let's store it into the data. So now we'll go to our members, edit views, then under our first name field, this one, oh, member ID. What's the error? So define member ID. Member ID. Get member ID. What's the error again? Non-object. Oh, sorry. So I forgot in our model we have to get the result. Yeah, that's one. Sorry for that. So now let's go back to our edit. Let's see. So we will have to put the first name Ralph since we got the data. So we'll have to put this one back into the field. So by doing that, we're doing this one. Echo dollar member. So this member is the one, this one. So since this is an array, I'll have to get the first name, this one, to this, then that's it. So let's try. So we have now Ralph. So this value thing, so this member it's an array passed through the result member, then the data was stored in an array using associative array. So we have the member ID, first name. So since we only have two, we'll need to add more, which is the last name. Then we have address. Then we have your address. Oh, forgot this one. Last name. Then we had age for the age. Yeah. So we have now 5 fields. So member ID, first name, last name, address, then we have age. So let's go back again to our members view, members edit view. Then let's copy this one. Then change it to last name. Then in address. In address, I'll put it like this one. Echo. Then and age, which is the age. So let's check address, member. What's the data in this? Gathered. Okay, sorry for that. This one, so it's not an object. It's an array. So like this one. Yeah. So we now have the data of Ralph. So when we try again with another record, which is Rafi, so it will get the record of Rafi. Since the ID is 2, then we have Jose. So that's it. So that's for getting the record first name. So in order to have the edit, so we will change again. So it is this save button, but since this is an edit function or update function, so I'll change it to update. Then we'll go back to our controllers. Go back to our controllers, members controller. Then we have to create a method for what? Update. So we have the update. So all we have to do is to get that one. Oh no. Before forgot. We'll have to store the member ID first. Like member ID. Then the value. Let's have this one. They have the member ID. So we have the member ID, but we don't have to show this one, so we'll change the text to hidden. So by this, since we're updating a certain record, we still have to get the member ID. So in order to have the record or the data updated according to each member ID. So let's go back to our members controller. Where's our members controller? This one. We have the update function. Then we'll copy this one. Then we'll have to have the update member. Then this members, the members alias. Then you have the update member. Then let's have this one again also. Then we'll pass the data together with the member ID. Again, this member IDs come from the member ID, this one. So we'll get the value of the member ID and store it in the member ID variable. So we have the data, then we have to pass an argument member ID. Then in our members model, let's go to our members model. We need to create a method for update member. So you have here the data and the member ID. So in our query, have to this db where member id with the member id, then I have the update from the TBL members, then our data, then you have to return the query string. So we now have the model update member function. Then go back to our members controller. Let's set the condition for the update member. So echo member updated successfully, or else echo say error not updated. So let's try if this thing works. So let's change Ralph to Ralph Aaron, and we'll click submit. So member updated. So let's check our database if Ralph, yeah, Ralph is updated. So when we check our members list, so Ralph was updated to Ralph Aaron. So let's change Rafi to, let's say, Juan Gomez. Then let's submit. So member updated successfully. So let's check. So Juan Gomez. So that's it. So we've already did the update of our record for the members list. So that's it. Thank you.